Hello, good morning, all of you. I'm Dr. Kailash. Today we will be discuss arbovirus. Arbovirus caused by hemorrhagic fever. Arbovirus are RNA virus that are transmitted by blood-sucking arthropods from one vertebrate host to another. Arbovirus RNA virus की transmit हो रहा है blood-sucking arthropods from one vertebrate to another. Thus, virus multiply in arthropods without producing disease. वायरस जो होता है वो मल्टीप्लाई करता है हमारे आर्थ्रोपोड्स. सपोज बहुत सारे इंसेक्ट हो गए. द मेजर अर्बोवायरस डिसीज आर वर्ल्ड वाइड आर येलो फीवर, डेंगू, जापानीज इंसेफेलाइटिस, वेस्टर्न एक्वाइन इंसेफेलाइटिस, रशियन स्प्रिंग समर इंसेफेलाइटिस एंड वेस्ट नाइल फीवर. द मेजर डिसीज ऑफ अर्बोवायरस. Example of arthropods: Aedes aegypti, Azoxostrix, Culex mosquito, and phlebotomine sandfly. Classification: family Tongavirdae and alpha virus. Mosquito borne, caused by encephalitis, western or eastern equine, Venezuelan equine. Virus causing chikungunya, hemorrhagic fever, chikungunya. Flavivirus, caused by dengue type 1 to 4, dengue yellow fever. Renivirdae, rift valley fever. Ritovirdae or Rhabdovirdae. The genus Flavivirus contains over 70 viruses. They may be considered under two sections: the mosquito-borne and the tick-borne virus. Mosquito-borne group, it includes encephalitis viruses, Japanese E. Murray Valley encephalitis and Russian summer E. encephalitis, yellow fever, and dengue type 1, 2, 3, and 4. Tick-borne group, the virus produces two clinical syndromes, encephalitis or hemorrhagic fever. The yellow fever viruses. Yellow fever virus is in a RNA virus. This belong to the genus Flavivirus. Yellow fever virus is RNA virus. That is belong to the genus Flavivirus. It causes yellow fever in a mosquito-borne and acute febrile illness. It occurs in tropical Africa and Latin Africa. It does not exist in India. The yellow fever does not indicate the association of the disease with jaundice. The name has been derived from yellow quarantine flag used by the ship during the 17th century to warn the presence on board of this infection. Transmission of yellow fever. Yellow fever virus is transmitted to people primarily through the bite of infected Aedes or homogeneous species mosquito. Yellow fever virus has 3 transmission cycles: jungle, intermediate, or urban cycles. Transmission cycle of yellow fever. The virus is introduced by mosquito through the skin where it multiplies. It is spread to the local lymph node, liver, spleen, kidney, bone marrow, and myocardium. The lesion of yellow fever are due to the localization and propagation of the virus in a particular organ. Infection may result in necrotic lesion in the liver and kidney. Serious disease characterized by hemorrhage and circulatory collapse. After an incubation period of 6 days, patient develops fever with chills, headache, mileage, and vomiting. Severe jaundice develops due to extensive destruction of liver. Death occurs in 20 to 50% cases of severe of the disease. Laboratory diagnosis: virus detection or isolation using mosquito cell line culture. Serological examination: IgM antibody appears during the first week of illness. So the detection of IgM antibody by enzyme-linked immunosorbent assay. These are laboratory diagnosis of yellow fever. So treatment and prevention: no antiviral drugs, mosquito control, vaccine 17D strain of yellow fever vaccine. कैसे देते हैं subcutaneously 0.5 ml. Immunity beginning to appear on the 7th day and last for then 35 years. International certificate: the single dose protect 95 are vaccinated not to be given in pet more than 9-month age. Dengue virus. Dengue virus is a single-stranded RNA flavivirus transmitted by Aedes aegypti and Aedes albopictus mosquito. So दो टाइप के मॉस्किटो हैं, एडिस एजिप्टी एंड एडिस एल्बिक्टस. तो ट्रांसमिट होगा हमारा. It is a endemic, often epidemic in the tropics and subtropics, particularly in Asia, the Siberian, the Pacific, and some area of West Africa. An estimated 50 million dengue infection occurs worldwide. Dengue virus has 4 serotypes: dengue 1, dengue 2, dengue 3, and dengue 4. All strain caused by dengue fever and is severe from dengue, hemorrhagic fever, dengue shock syndrome. Causative agent of dengue: scrotum with fly shaped with marking, Aedes aegypti, Aedes albopictus. New instance of dengue in India. Scientists at National Institute of Virology, NIV Pune, have now confirmed the occurrence of the new strains of dengue virus, Asian genotype of dengue 1 in India. Analysis of the blood sample taken from the dengue infected patient in South India confirmed the presence of virus having dengue 1 Asian genotype. The virus Asian genotype is not found in India earlier and is completely a new entry and found only in Tamil Nadu and Kerala. This aegypti mosquito is primarily vector of dengue. The virus is transmitted to human through the bites of infected female Aedes mosquito. After incubation for 4 to 10 days, an infected mosquito is capable of transmitting the virus for the rest of its life. Infected human become main carrier and multiple of the virus. The virus circulates in the blood of an infected person for 2 to 7 days at approximately the same time that the person develops a fever. Clinical management: after the bite from an infected mosquito, 2 to 7 days, a person infected by the dengue virus develops severe flu-like symptoms. Like the disease also called dengue or breakbone fever. Affects infants, children, and adults. Individuals should suspected dengue when a high fever 40 degrees Celsius or 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Severe headache, muscles and joint pain, musculoskeletal, nausea, vomiting, conjunctivitis, and cellular gland. With the clinical manifestation of dengue. The symptoms of dengue: severe headache, eye pain, fever, back pain, muscle itches, joint, and rashes. Dengue hemorrhagic fever or DHI. DHF and DSS remains mostly confirmed among children of 5 to 10 years age group in R where multiple dengue virus caused disease. It is appears to be hyperimmune response. It is seen in patients previously infected with dengue virus on infection with different serotype of dengue virus. Antibody formed against the first virus reacted with the second serotype virus, forming immune complexes, virus antibody complexes. Initial symptoms are like those of dengue fever, but associated with hemorrhagic rashes, thrombocytopenia, and shock. Symptoms of dengue, DHS, severe abdominal pain, persistent vomiting, rapid breathing gums, bleeding gums, blood in vomit, fatigue, and restlessness. Laboratory diagnosis of dengue. Specimen for virus isolation and serotype detection. Blood, serum, and tissue. For antigen antibody detection, sample collected for serum. For nucleic acid and detection, blood, serum, and plasma. Virus isolation. The cell culture is the most widely used method for dengue virus isolation. The mosquito cell line, cell 636 AP, and 61 cells of the choice for routine isolation of dengue virus. Further identification is done by using fluorescent antibody test. Liver mosquito inoculation is the most sensitive technique for isolation of virus. Viral nucleocapsid detection. Dengue virus genome, which consists of RNA, can be detected by reverse transcription polymerase chain reaction. Is called RT-PCR. SAN real-time PCR. Real-time polymerase chain reaction. Next, other methods, isothermal amplification methods, and NASBA, nucleic acid sequence based amplification assay. This is an isothermal RNA specific amplification assay that does not require thermal cycling and instrument, in which single-stranded RNA target is copied into a double-stranded DNA molecule that serve as a template or for RNA transcription. NASBA has been adapted to dengue virus detection. Viral antigen detection. ELISA and dot plot assay directed against the envelope membrane. Antigen and non-structural protein NS1 antigen can be detected both patients with primary and secondary dengue infection up to 6 days after the onset of the illness. Commercial kits for the detection of NS antigen are now available. Dengue NS1 antigen rapid test. Hemoglobin inhibition assay, serological test, HAI, complement fixation test, CF, neutralization test, IgM capture enzyme link immunosorganisms, MEC ELISA, the IgM antibody detection, indirect IgG ELISA. Vaccines, dengue vaccine, CUID and TDV is a prophylactic tetravalent live attenuated viral vaccine developed by Sanofi Pasteur is December 2015 for countries already licensed dengue vaccine. Mexico, Brazil, Salvador, and Philippines. 4 countries were already licensed dengue vaccine. Vaccine schedule 3 injection of 0.5 ml administered at 6 to 6-month intervals. Age group 9 to 45 years live in the endemic area. Prevention and control. The main method to control or prevent the transmission of dengue virus is to combat vector mosquito throw. Prevention mosquito from vaccines, egg laying, habitat by environmental management and modification. Disposing of solid waste properly and removing artificial man-made habitat. Covering, emptying, and cleaning up domestic water storage container or weekly basis. Applying appropriate acid to water storage outdoor and container. Zika virus. Zika virus is a mosquito-borne flavivirus that was first identified in Uganda in 1947. Zika virus belongs to flavivirus family. The first large outbreak of disease caused by Zika was reported from Iceland in 2007. In October 2015, Brazil reported an association between Zika virus infection and microcephaly. Zika virus is also RNA virus, single-stranded RNA virus, then glycoprotein RNA and nucleocapsid. Zika virus disease is caused by Zika virus, which is belong to the genial flavivirus. Aedes aegypti is main transmitting factor of Zika virus. Aedes aegypti mosquito is the main transmission factor of Zika virus. The reservoir of infection is not known. Mode of transmission. Zika virus is transmitted through the bite of an infected mosquito from the Aedes genus. Mainly Aedes aegypti, which usually bite during the morning and late afternoon hours. Mode of transmission. Zika infected individual. Possible placenta transmission from mother to baby during pregnancy. Aedes mosquito bite infected individual and transmitted potential for sexual transmission. Infected mosquito bites another individual. Zika transmission event. Clinical factors. Incubation period of Zika virus. This is not clear but is likely to be a few days. The symptoms are similar as dengue, such as fever, skin rashes, conjunctivitis, muscles and joint pain, mileage and headache. Zika virus disease should be suspected in patients reporting with acute onset of fever, maculopapular rashes, and elephantiasis. Laboratory diagnosis of Zika. NCDC Delhi and National Institute of Virology NIV Pune have provided laboratory diagnosis of Zika virus in acute febrile stage by PCR, polymerase chain reaction, and virus isolation from blood sample. Diagnosis by serology is not recommended. There is currently no vaccine available. So treatment is not. People sick with Zika virus should get plenty of rest, drink enough fluid, and treat pain and fever with paracetamol. Prevention. Prevention and control of Zika virus relies in reducing mosquito through source reduction and reducing contact between mosquitoes and people. Next is KFD, Castnovirus disease, found in India, limited originally to Simego district in Karnataka. Sero survey reveal KFD in Uj and Surashtra. Mode of transmission, vector, Haemophilus spongiaria. Reservoir is small mammals. Human is dead and in the natural cycle. There is no evidence of man-to-man transmission. Clinical feature. Incubation period is 3 to 7 days. Acute phase with sudden onset of fever, headache, severe mileage with prostration lasting for 2 weeks. GI distribution and hemorrhagic manifestation in severe cases. Second phase characterized by mild meningoencephalitis after a febrile period of 7 to 21 days. Case fatality varies between 4 to 16%. Diagnosis by suspicion by clinical signs and symptoms. Occupational travel or in forest. detecting the presence of virus in blood, serological evidence of hemoglobin and immunofluorescence. Control of ticks, vaccination, inactivated chip embryo tissue culture, KFD vaccine developed by NIV Pune. Neutralization antibody in 70% of vaccinated person. Vaccinating at risk population so that villages living near forest worker occupies personal concerned with forests, personal protection. Thank you.